Heading out to the Arctic Circle, leaving out of Fairbanks. It's a 4.5 hour drive, and most of the way there will be no telephone communication, so I'll not be able to do a live. However, I'm just gonna give you best view I can. It's autumn now, so leaves are changing color from green. Most of them are yellow. So I'm just gonna give you some time to enjoy the view. I'm not gonna talk too much on the video. However, if I see something of importance, I might make a comment. Also, I'm not gonna give you the entire 4-hour drive, but I'll definitely give you enough of it, because for a long stretch of it, it's gonna look the same. So there's no need to film all of it. All right, so sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, and then when I get to the Arctic Circle, I'll definitely do a video and explain everything about Arctic as possible, and then head on back. Enjoy. So I stop here at the Wickersham Dome to give you a view of outside there, and you're gonna see, look at that. I'm looking back towards Fairbanks, where I'm coming from, and look at that view. I want you to see the road going up in between the mountains. Look at that. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, I'm trying to zoom in. The thing is, I have this phone and stabilizer, and it won't let me zoom and stabilize it, but I'm gonna zoom in a minute. I'm gonna have to change the mode and show you this amazing view. Look at all the blue, the yellow, the green, the orange. It's a magnificent world we live in. of up zoomed in a little bit and you can see, look at that. Wow. It's actually a road right there. And beyond it, Alaska pipeline. So this is the view from Wickersham Dome, heading out towards Arctic Circle. Yeah, just one portion of the Alaska pipeline. And the road. Alaska pipeline. As you know, Alaska is very mountainous. One of the reasons why get a lot of landslides from time to time. Just recently we had a landslide down in Ketchikan, which is down in the southeast, closer to Juneau than towards where I'm at. I'm in the interior at Fairbanks. In Ketchikan and Juneau is towards the southeast, closer to British Columbia, Canada, and down there by Washington, over in that area. We're in the interior. And as you know, Anchorage is somewhat towards the south, but it's further to the west, closer to Seaward and Omer down there in the far southwest. So that clearing that you see is just a part of the restoration project, trying to stabilize the mountain. During the winter time, there are feet and feet and feet of snow on these mountains. Well, not just on the mountain, everywhere. But as the snow piles up, it triggers avalanche. And the avalanche, it's not just the snow that is coming down the mountainside. Sometimes it's the land itself, the soil, the vegetation, and everything with it that comes down as an avalanche. And places like this that is very smooth, as you can see, little vegetation, is prime areas for land slippages and rock slides. You see, look. And another thing that plagues us here too are forest fires during the summertime. You can see there was forest fires out here. You can see the trees. Oh, they're still parched from the last fire. So yes, even though Alaska is extremely cold, especially during the winter time, yes, we're plagued in certain areas by forest fires as well. line right there, that's the Alaska pipeline. That's a longer stretch of it right there. Alaska pipeline. See, running along. It runs from Prudhoe Bay, way up in the north, all the way down to Anchorage in the south. Arctic Circle, 60 miles away. 120 miles away is Coldfoot, and Dead Horse is 360 miles away. So 1 hour to go. It's the Yukon River. See the bridge? Wooden. Look down below there. Yukon River. Oh man, look at the road. Pipeline. Finger Mountain. Willow ptarmigan. Throughout 4 seasons, willow buds, leaves, twigs, and seed pods provide food for both the rock and willow ptarmigan. Ptarmigan change color annually from summer brown to winter white. Finger Rock, the largest tor in this area, stands 40 feet above the surrounding landscape, but for these pinnacles of granite protruding from other alpine environments in interior Alaska. The rocks that jut from this landscape tell of a time 110 million years ago, when magma oozed through cracks in the bedrock. As the magma cooled, it became hard granite. Water seeping through new cracks in the bedrock froze, forming wedges of ice that fractured the weaker rocks surrounding the granite. Over thousands of years, water and gravity carried these softer rocks away, leaving the granite slabs as enduring monuments. These granite slabs are known as tors. Wow, they almost had an accident back there. I'm way back here, so I wasn't able to see. But the gentleman had to slam on his brakes. Yeah, you gotta be careful on these roads, because you can see the dust. When the plume of dust is in the air, you can't see a single thing out there. Well, good to know they both continued on their journey, so they're both safe. I think this bird is looking for food by somebody's car. There's no food here, birdie. No food at all. Hungry? I can imagine you live in the middle of nowhere. All right, now, birdie, bye-bye. Are you gonna follow me? I got no food. You can't go with me. Later. Later, birdie. Oh, there you go. You're picking up. There you go. You're eating flies. Good job. I have no food, though. I have nothing. Later. Birdie's following me around. Looking for food, I think. All right, birdie. Later. Gotta go. Alrighty. Take care now. Let me see if I find anything in here for you. I don't think I got anything, but let me see if I find something for you. Let me check real quick. Yeah, I don't have anything, birdie. Take care. Have a good one. So long. So long. I ain't got nothing. Gotta go. I only got some Gatorade. That's it. Later. Later, birdie. So long, birdie. He's coming. I got nothing, birdie. I know you're hungry, man, but I got nothing. All right, take care now, okay? So long. It's private property. It's got some buildings, cabin. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. See one building right here, and that seems like the main building right there. And there's another building right here as well. But it says private property right there, so I'm not gonna get in there. And this is definitely in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around anywhere besides the pipeline back there. Nothing. Coldfoot is 71 miles away, and Dead Horse is 311 miles away. So I should be pretty close to the Arctic Circle. Then I'll just cross over it. I'm thinking this monument should be about a mile away or less, but the GPS doesn't work, so I can't really tell. There's no phone connection out here. So I'm just basically going blindly, estimating how far I think it is, but we'll see. What is this right here? Canute River? Canute River. Beaver Slide. Beaver Slide. One thing it seems is like I'll have the sunlight when I get there, which is definitely a good thing. It's 7:30, 6 p.m. right now. Now look at that. Wow! Finally. See, Coldfoot is 60 miles away and Dead Horse is 300, but guess what I'm looking at right there? The Arctic Circle. Wow. Finally, after driving for almost 6.5 hours, look what I found. Arctic Circle. There it is. So people, you know I'm way up there in latitude. Way up there in latitude. Alrighty, so let's go check this out. What does the sign say? No camping or overnight parking. And they do have restrooms right there. Latrines, toilet. And there it is. There it is. There it is. So after driving from Fairbanks, Alaska for about 6 hours, a little bit over 6 hours, because I stopped along the roadway a few times, I finally made it up here to the Arctic Circle, Alaska. It is north latitude 66 degrees. North latitude 66 degrees. As you know that the lines of latitude means that circles the earth, and the major one is the equator, as you know. So here we are, right here, Arctic Circle. So I'm up in the Arctic. Not too cold up here right now. I thought it was going to be much colder. It's actually 51 degrees at the moment, so it's not as cold. It's a beautiful day. As you can see, it's fall, so the leaves are already turning color, and the sun is still shining magnificently. And for me, it's a journey, actually. My journey just didn't start today at 2 in the afternoon, but it started way back when, from my roots, from my origin. I was born in Jamaica, which is just about 16.5 degrees north latitude. And right here, we have 66, almost 66.5 degrees north latitude. So actually, there's 50 degrees that have gone north. 50 degrees north. Here we have some information about the Arctic. Summertime, life in a hurry. So during the summer, it says sunlight bathes the north both day and night as the pole points towards the sun. The farther north you travel above the Arctic Circle, the more days occur without a sunset. And I know for us down in Fairbanks, it's 76 straight days during the summertime that we have no night at all. Just sunlight 24/7. Racing the light, Arctic plants mature quickly after the ice melts, spreading vast carpets of tiny flowers over the tundra. Even in the warmer microclimate close to the ground, time is short for flowering and bearing fruit in the southern Arctic summer. For 8 intense weeks of summer, the daylight, warmth, and rich food lure millions of migratory birds to the region. Summer's grand abundance also makes the Arctic a survival home for year-round residents such as moose, foxes, wolves, and ptarmigan. Before the light goes out, daylight fades. Temperatures drop as the Arctic region begins to point away from the sun. The productive warmth of summer wanes with approach of autumn's twilight. By mid-August, soft greens and grays of willow, birch, and bearberry ignite into yellow, gold, and crimson. The tundra is ablaze. Only the evergreen spruce remains constant in this riotous mosaic of seasonal change. Snowshoe hare and ptarmigan coats transfer from molted brown to pure snowy white. Birds flee as ponds freeze shut, while resident caribou, grizzlies, and ravens fortify for the ultimate struggle, Arctic's winter night. After the Arctic autumn, or after fall, here comes winter. At the heart of darkness, in winter, the southern hemisphere of our Earth points away from the sun. Plummeting temperatures and the absence of sunlight locks the north in an icy silence. In winter's deep freeze, this is hungry country. Increasing darkness and lack of food drives fat Arctic ground squirrels into hibernation and grizzly bears into long sleeps. Lemmings remain active in tunnels under the snow, foraging on frozen green grasses. Hearty stores of body fat fortify the caribou, and mosquitoes survive in suspended animation due to internal antifreeze system. From moose to mosquitoes, lemmings to caribou, only the toughest survives the ultimatum of the minus 80 degrees Fahrenheit Arctic night. A leap into life. In a land desperate for change, the returning sunlight brings dramatic rebirth to the Arctic. As the northern regions point more and more towards the sun, the returning daylight brings an explosion of life to the region. Ice pond melts, billions of mosquitoes hatch, ponds, lakes, and puddles become feedlots for multitudes of ducks, geese, and shorebirds. Grizzlies and their cubs awaken from dens to dine on young roots and grasses thriving on the light and warmth of spring. For winter's survivors, it's a time of exuberance when suddenly, finally, it's spring in the Arctic. All right, so once again, from the Arctic Circle, so long.